Yvonne, my wife now, her father was a big Evertonian, as I was in my family. So we thought it would be, when I asked her to marry me and she said okay, 1982, early 82, we thought it would be a good crack to have the wedding at Goodison, because they were advertising then that they were doing wedding receptions in I think it was called the 300 Club then, the Alex Young Suite now. We managed to talk someone into opening the door, and we got some photographs outside in the ground, and it was good, and a lot of people took advantage of that, loads of photographs. So every time I come to the match, I look across and I can see the church I got married in.
Well, Dave was a lifelong season ticket holder. Then when he got Alzheimer's, he obviously couldn't go to the matches again. But he was at the hospital in Mossley Hill, and Mossley Hill organised with Everton to bringing back the Memories Day. And it was just amazing. It was the best day that he had before he died, I'd say. He was sitting there, all the carers were around him, and then Derek Temple came in the room, and we just all couldn't believe what happened next. Dave just jumped up, ran over to Derek Temple and gave him a hug and shouted Derek Temple. All the carers were crying, and I took photographs of him with Derek Temple, and it was just one of the best days that he had. Well, when I found out they were doing granite plaques, I was sitting waiting on the phone, absolutely panic-stricken, trying to get through. But Everton helped me when I explained the situation, because with Dave dying, I thought if I got the granite plaque, Dave would be there at every match. My two grandchildren live in Reykjavik, Iceland, but every time they come over to Liverpool, we come up to the Everton ground to see Dave's granite stone. Every time Christine says she's coming over, she says I'll be going to the granite stone to see Dave. And yeah, she just loves it.
I've been coming to Goodison since I was a kid. My dad lived in Bodmin Road, just literally across the way there. And my first match I would be about 7. And when you first come round and you see Goodison Park for the first time, it just looks like a palace. It looks like the biggest thing you've ever seen in your life. And then the noise hits you, and that first experience was absolutely amazing. And my dad used to have it a day out for us, because my family's split, red and blue. So thankfully me and my dad both blue. When the Goodison Granites came along, I thought this would be a good way of surprising him. He was coming to the next game. I bought him a ticket for the next game, and I said, "Oh, have you seen all these new stones in the bricks?" And he was having a look at them. I said, "Oh, I bet you'd have liked one of those, wouldn't you?" He said, "Yeah. If I didn't know they were around, I would have got one." And then I moved out the way, and I said, "Well, like this," and I pointed to the two next to ours. And he's not a man who's easily speechless, but he was speechless then. And it was lovely because he was welling up and he was trying to fight it and be very sort of, wow, isn't that lovely? But I could see it meant a lot to him.
Careful. That's the one between the last. What's that? Look, come here. There. You're out of the way, mate. Look. What's that? Wow, what's that, Bob? Is it? Do you like it? Yeah.
He's pretty humble. I don't know. I don't know what he probably would have loved it that his name's there. But you know, he was just a down to earth fella. But I think he'd have been really happy with it. Yeah, he would have. It was a privilege watching Howard Kendall's team in the 80s. We followed them everywhere. We had season tickets. We witnessed a little bit of history. I was only 10, and Howard Kendall was under a lot of pressure. Me and my dad were talking to him in the tunnel after the game, when a steward come over and spoke to him and said there's some fans demonstrating outside Howard, and And he just looked at me, gave me a big smile and winked and said, "Don't worry son, we're signing Andy Gray soon." And we did, and we never looked back. My dad loved telling that story. I think he was so proud that I was mascot. In the last year of his life, he was sadly diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I took him to his last ever game, and I got him to his seat. His head car started. I looked across at him and tears were streaming down his eyes. I think that pretty much said what Everton meant to him. After he died, I mentioned to my mum about the granite stones, and we both agreed that it would be a wonderful way to remember him by. You know, it was a great comfort to my mum, and she was really emotional when she first seen it. It's also great that my kids get to see it, and his passion for Everton is being passed on to his family and to my kids too.
Paging. Again, plenty of blue shirts forward here. Thomas. Three waiting on the far post. Dobson is in there. It's going to fall for Andy King. Oh, yes, he's got it. Andy King has scored. And Everton have taken the lead with a typical King goal. And Goodison Park...
Going to the game with my mum's just amazing. It's just always funny. She always shouts at me. It's just amazing to be with her. People around me seat, they're just the best. Always give you hugs. How are you doing? And it's just funny sitting next to them. When I walk down to Goodison, I always love it because it's just the atmosphere when it builds up and you walk through everyone and you just see the Everton sign and it's just life and you love it.
Green. Just slipped on that dicey top surface. And Howard a bit too casual there, let ball in. And he's got it! Gray goes in, shot! The perfect start to the second half, and Everton have recaptured the party mood. Stevens with another testing long throw, Fats lost it! A goal! Andy Gray! Gray is onside, played onside by Nagfai. And Trevor Stephen, it's settled now! Rotterdam, here they come! Connects with Babel though. Jagielka to Van der Meijden. Always a great chance here for Gosling. Still, oh, what a fantastic winner! Dan Gosling! 19 years of age, 2 minutes of the Merseyside Cup Derby replay to go, and he comes up with a masterstroke. The finish of a seasoned veteran, a special goal for Dan Gosling. With Babel though. Jagielka to Van der Meijden. Always a great chance here for Gosling. Still, oh, what a fantastic winner! Dan Gosling! years of age. 2 minutes of the Merseyside Cup Derby replay to go, and he comes up with a masterstroke. The finish of a seasoned veteran. A special goal for Dan Gosling.
Gray goes in, sharp! The perfect start to the second half, and Everton have recaptured the party mood. Stevens with another testing long throw, Faf lost it! A goal! Andy Gray! Gray is onside, played onside by Nagfai. And Trevor Steven. It's settled now! Rotterdam, here they come!
Green. Just slipped on that dicey top surface. And Howard a bit too casual there, let ball in, and he's got it!
Stand by for Operation Goodison exercise. Operation Goodison exercise. Stand by for Operation Goodison exercise. Operation Goodison exercise.
I play a lot of stadiums. It's just because it's Everton is I think so is different fans, you know. I remember great time to play at Everton, you know. It's just great fans, you know. It's like a family club. Always in every game is important. Every game I'm very happy player here at Goodison. My son is a big fan of Everton. He loves Everton. He have tattoo Everton. You know, he's always speak about Everton. You know, always watching the games when Everton play. He come to the Liverpool watching the game here in the stadium. You know, there's a lot of friends here. He's big, massive fan at Everton. I'm very pleased, you know. My son is interested in football, interested in Everton Football Club. It's important. I never said him supporters to Everton, you know. It's just for the choice Andrew. I think so. Just against Southampton, it's a good, great game. 7-1, you know. He played very well. And also in Liverpool, although it's no win, 1-1. Just this is an important game for us. For me, important for the score against Liverpool. You know.
James has missed it. Oh, Kanchelskis must score. Everton get a goal that's been threatening.
I'm very pleased. I enjoy time because I'm very happy. Just come to the Goodison and see the fans, see the friends, my friends. You know. I remember great time. Always, every game atmosphere is great here. Absolutely, because it's fans, more friendly. It's more open fans, you know. Just fans help for the teams, you know. Every games when I play, it's help for the teams, you know. It's now I'm watching the game, come in Goodison sometimes, and I'm watching the games, and same atmosphere.
Yeah, this club will never leave me. You know, I was a 7-year-old, 6-year-old boy that had the dream of what 6- and 7-year-old boys have got now in and around Liverpool. Was that to pull on the shirt one day? It happened probably later than what I thought, but no one can ever take away the fact that I fulfilled, you know, the fact I more than fulfilled the dream. To actually captain the team is on another level, and it's something that I was proud of then. It was something that my family were proud of then, and it's something that I'll always be proud of. You know, I never fall short of being proud of when I walk up Goodison Road coming back to the stadium.
Taken by Gravis, and then at the back post, it's the skipper. Hits his first of the season.
They're an amazing set of fans here. You know, it's as I said before, it's a brilliant club. But the fans will stick by the players through thick and thin, as long as you see the players prepared to run through brick walls for them.
That's a great ball in, and Stamps glances it home. Everton in front, and Everton have turned it around. Oh, it's a great header. There's really not a lot you can do about that goal. Carlos Bocanegra doesn't get close enough, doesn't really get an arm onto Alan Stubbs.
I knew I shouldn't have left the first time. I come back in January, and I was like a little kid again, you know. And I'd only been away for 6 months, and that's what Everton does to you. When it's in your blood, it's never leaving. It's there from when you take your first breath to your last breath.
been a massive part of my life. You know, I can't think of life without Everton, to be honest with you. So when you come out for your first derby experience, it was incredible. The atmosphere was electric. The place was jumping, and the emotions were flying high. And as it happens, I managed to score my first goal over there in the Gladys Street. It was an incredible feeling, and one that I'll never forget.
Everton's fourth. The goal, Ferguson. His first for Everton.
Well, this was my starting position for my first goal for Everton against Liverpool. Come off the goalkeeper into this area. It's been a great in-swinger inside. The goalie's come for it. I've managed to jump up through the crowd of players and get a nice touch on it, directing it towards the goal. I've turned round and I wheels away this way into the corner, and I'm sliding away there somewhere into the corner of the Gladys Street, and the place is just erupting, you know what I mean? It was unbelievable moment, and it was the first goal in the game. And it was, you know, my first derby game. The other goal that people talk about is my Man United goal. So that was for a different position. It was for the same combination. Andy Hinchcliffe, left footer, but this time I decided to stand back in the box. So I've come further back and come for a deeper area. I don't know why I did that. I'm not sure if me and Andy spoke about it, or it was just the way it was. I decided to go to the back, or I don't know if he spotted me. I've tacked it. I've managed to get away from my marker. And if the size of me, if you don't mark me tight and you give me a run in it, the defenders have got no chance. So I managed to get away, and I managed to get come in and get the header on it. I've wheeled away, round, and I've come down the side, and you know, I've whipped off my top and I'm swung it around my head, and everybody's screaming, and I'm throwing my top around my head and everything. It was fantastic, man. I didn't have much muscles at the time, you know what I mean? I was a wee bit embarrassed afterwards, but it was fantastic. Great day. Another winner against Man United come for this area of the pitch. We got a wide free kick, and I stood a bit offside here, and knowing full well that the defenders were going to come back to me. So I stood a bit offside. Michael Arteta was on the ball, knew he was going to put a good ball in. I knew they were coming back to me, and I didn't really need to do a lot, to be honest with you, because he put in such a great delivery. I've just managed to get across, and when the ball was coming in, I knew full well I was going to get my head in it and guide it into the goal. So that was 10 years after the first goal, which was the winner, and it was nice to get that 10 years later. It was towards the back end of my career. There was about 40 seconds or a minute where everybody was just pressing the ball and the fans were screaming, and we just knew that this was going to be our night. We just knew that, you know, something good was going to happen. It was going to happen in part of the game, and the players all pressed, they attacked, and we managed to get the free kick here there. But leading up to that free kick, it was unbelievable. I mean, the atmosphere was incredible, and of course then we stuck the ball in the net, and it was just the roof come off, man. It come off. It was unbelievable. It was shaking, man. That was I think it was one of the best atmospheres I've ever felt in this ground. Was that night. Whoever was there, they'll probably tell you the same. It was an unbelievable night, that.
That's his ball in. That's a good one, and it's in! It's his 7th career goal against United. It was a teasing ball in. Just keep your eye on Rio Ferdinand. It was the header from Ferguson. It didn't get a touch, it was true. And that is a brilliant, brilliant goal for Everton.
The seat that I'm sitting in, that makes me really proud. This is my daughter's seat, and this is one of my son's seats, and this is my other son's seat. So my three children sit in this section of the Gladys Street, and that makes me incredibly proud that we're all Evertonians, and we all go to the game, and we all enjoy that experience. And my family are here in the stadium with me. When I sit over there, and I know my 3 kids are sitting over here, it makes me incredibly proud. They're a part of the experience and a part of the Everton family. Well, coming back here as a coach, it meant everything to me. I was absolutely delighted, you know what I mean? I was made up. It's been a massive part of my life. You know, I can't think of life without Everton, to be honest with you. And to be here, sitting on the first team bench, watching the Blues play on a Saturday, it's you know, it's a fantastic feeling. I mean, this is you know, I've got my family and I've got Everton. I love the place, and it means everything to me to be a part of the club, and to be a part of the fans, and that feeling on a Saturday when you know, you come out here and we're all in the stadium wanting the Blues to win. It's a tremendous, tremendous, a lot of power there and energy, and it's just, I feel a part of the Everton family, and I feel a part of the fans. And of course, when we're celebrating that win, you know, there's nothing better. It's been a massive part of my life.
The win against Liverpool in the FA Cup, there was you know, when I saw the supporters, what it meant to them, and yeah, we went all the way to the final that year. That was a special moment, you know, the way the people, we scored in extra time and the supporters were going wild, and that was a special moment, you know, to see what it meant for the people of Liverpool and Everton, you know. But for me, it was a special moment. I remember Andy got a ball on the right and he just clipped it in, and there's a bit of a ricochet and a ball bouncer for Dan Gosling, and he chopped it nice, and it was just the goal also on its own was a good goal, and yeah, we went wild. So, and we knew this is it's gonna take us somewhere because it was a special goal. Obviously, yeah, to come back. My first game back at Goodison Park when I came on loan to score against Chelsea, nah, it was just amazing. It was a Chelsea throw-in and Tim flicked it on, intercepted it, and it just bounced, and I came in front of Ivanovic and I just volleyed it with my left, and I almost sprint out of the stadium. Just how the supporters were going crazy, and I could, even when I scored the celebration, you could see the passion, the relief that I had in my heart. You know, I was so happy, and yeah, that's the two moments that stand out for me.
Okay, before we go, I'm just going to pass out our name badges. With your names called, just step forward and we'll get your name badge, okay? Yep. All right, so I've got Leighton, come forward, please. Damn it. There you go. Yeah, Leighton. Yeah, Leighton, come forward, yeah. Go on. Go on, I'm Dale. What's your name? Leighton. What's your name? Leighton, go on then, go on, see the other lads. What's your name? Leighton. Good. I'm Dale. What's your name? What's your name, mate? Leighton, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself, Leighton. Enjoy yourself, Leighton. Well done, mate. Enjoy yourself, Leighton. Have a nice day, mate.
Right lads, doing well so far. Unfortunately Graham Stewart not so well, so unfortunately Diamond, you're dropped, and we'll have to get in another defender. So for me, there's only one Leighton for me, and that's Leighton Baines.
Bit surreal because they're all obviously named Leighton as well, so I think when the coach was shouting one of us, it was getting everyone's attention, but it was good fun.
His dad got the choice because he was the last child out of 4, and it was induced, so we knew what date it was going to be. So because it was the 11th of December, he had the choice, and massive Blues, Leighton Baines. It was a must, wasn't it?
I looked through the Everton team, and Leighton Baines obviously scored penalty one day, so Leighton was the one.
To have people saying they've named the children after you is, yeah, it's hard to wrap your head around, but nice to know there's a few more Leightons out there.
Do you ever know what the inspiration was for your parents for your name?
I don't actually. I should probably find out now. It's got me curious.
I've always found it to be so family orientated. If you want to take a huge family, even down to the pricing is, you know, it's ideal. It's not like other clubs. I like that about Goodison.
The way of getting tickets now, you know, direct debits and stuff like that's been made it easier for people to go, and you know, he comes every week with me, so it's kind of a bit of our time to go and have, you know, a bit away from everywhere and just watch the match and have a good little day.
You know, you want to see passion. It's got the atmosphere that you want as well. You know, to see thousands of people happy in one moment, it's just, that's what gets to me.
You know, as a footballer, there's nothing better than, you know, playing in stadiums, full stadiums, and trying to impress the people in the stand. But that night in particular, to come out and to know that, you know, every Evertonian in the stadium were really happy to see me back. It's, as I said, it's a very humbling feeling. The whole day leading up to the game was an exciting day for me, and just getting in the changing room, getting that feel of preparing for a game again was a special feeling. And then getting back into the changing rooms, getting the shirt on, putting the shirt on for the first time, and what, 10 months or whatever it was, another great feeling for me. And then just walking down the tunnel and knowing that you're about to play a Premier League game again. And I think what makes it special for me is, and I've always said it, one of my favourite fixtures is playing at Goodison under the lights. And I just came out, and obviously the build up and the fans had flags for me, and then the big flag that was here. You know, it's surreal really to think you've left that impression on the fans, and it just goes to show you if you do things the right way, work hard, you know, be professional, give your all to the cause, then you'll get that love back. And I definitely felt that night. It'll be a feeling that'll stay with me for a long time. You know, all the hard work for the 10 months, you know, paid off, and I have a lot of people to thank for that. And I think, you know, people who will see this will know who've played a part along the way. And you know, I'm very grateful to put that blue shirt back on and walk out at Goodison.
It's been a calamitous stoppage time for Leicester. Coleman pulled back by Fuchs, but he's still going.
The run in the last minute was like me saying to everyone, look, nothing's changed. I'm still who I was 10 months ago, and I'm still as fit as ever and still as strong as ever. I can still remember that moment, it being the 92nd minute, and I could feel as every step I took, I felt like a fan was lifting with me as well. The support I got from everyone, from the day I got injured right through till the very end, is something that drove me on really. The song the fans sing for me has become a good chant around here, and when I hear it I know that my performances are obviously okay, and it's a great song. I love it. I love when I hear it, but to hear it that night, especially the Leicester game, was a great feeling. And you know, even here against Brighton at the weekend, just to hear the fans singing it.
Here's Coleman! Almost gave Everton the perfect start.
I don't know why the relationship with the fans is so good. As I said, I just do my job. I just go to work, I go to Finch Farm. You know, I treat people with respect. I want the best for myself, I want the best for my teammates, I want everyone to give their best. And I come here on a Saturday and, you know, I get my kit on, and I try for the 95 minutes. I give it my all. I try and get the team to win. You know, go for tackles. I think that's what Everton fans relate to, and they've obviously taken to me, and I just want to make sure that I keep performing well and keep everyone happy. It's hard to explain what Goodison means to me. It's you know, I'm not a local lad by no means, but I came over here in 2009. I got very well looked after, and as I said, I go out in the pitch to do as well as I can, and the fans really take to me. And it's just, you know, that 90 minutes here at Goodison, especially for me under the lights, is an unbelievable experience, and an experience I want to have for a long, long time.
One I always tell people, it's so funny, sometimes it's the only team in the world that I love being sub, because you got them toffees.
Yeah.
And there were the people come round with the toffees once, and I remember I thought, well, I'll probably not get on, so I had about 30 toffees, and it was about 10 minutes to go, and Wallace Smith get warmed up, and I saw getting cramp in the warm up, and then he put us on the pitch, and I sort of walked about. But the memories were, I mean, every game I played really was had great memories, you know. It was just, I think it was more the banter as well with the lads, you know, going into the training ground every morning and getting the boys. I used to play head tennis for the ground staff and everything with the wellies, and they used to beat us. It was incredible. Even they were good. But just the whole time I had you, I really enjoyed it, you know. I always tell people, you know, I might not be able to play football again, but no one can take away the memories I have, you know, and I had some great memories out of it.
The English adage that soccer's history is a story of parents and their children proved true in our house. Everton were my dad's team. Before that, my grandfather's. But I truly fell in love with the club the first time he took me to a game when I was 7 years old. It was an achingly cold April morning in 1978. Derby County was the visitor. Goodison Park heaved with sound as we arrived, and the stench of beer, cigarettes and police horse turd hovered over the ground. But in our seats, rows of full-grown beer-bellied men separated me and the field. I couldn't see a thing. My neighbour, though a stranger, instantly recognised my plight. Defying the cold, he stripped off his full-length sheepskin coat in theatrical fashion, folded it neatly into a square of one hand and scooped me up with the other. The coat was dumped onto my seat and I was deposited atop of it, elevating my sightline considerably. Problem solved. Now clad in just a t-shirt, my saviour spent the next 90 minutes plying me with Everton mints that were gratefully received and a flask of scotch that was declined by virtue of the fact I was still in first grade. And when the iconic striker Bob Latchford, my childhood hero, slapped home the winner, the stadium rocked deliriously and my neighbour cloaked us all in a whiskey mist cloud and he hugged me and bellowed, "We're all one big family here at Goodison, son." And it was those values that rang through my head almost 40 years to the day after that game, as my 7-year-old son and I flew to England to join my father for Stoke away. And when Cenk Tosun headed home the winner, 3 generations of Evertonians shared a moment of collective joy and wonder. It's what Everton's all about.
When I think of Goodison, it's quite easy for me because it's where I grew up. I moved there when I was about 7 years of age. I was a born and bred Evertonian, come from a big background of Everton fans. Family all went to games. And then when we moved there, you know, it was special for me because I lived over the road from the Spello. And, you know, the fans had gathered there before the game and there was always a unique atmosphere. And I'd literally have to walk out my door and there I was, Goodison Road, quick 30-second walk into the Gladys Street and watch the boys play. When I think back to the great games there, the one that sticks out wasn't a win actually, it was the 4-4 game, Liverpool, where I think I left the ground twice because Liverpool had scored.
In on South Hall, and off the line brilliantly by Hinchcliffe. Beardsley, and it's deflected off the goalkeeper and into the other corner. Hinchcliffe. Sharp! Yes! Grobbelaar had hands on it, but couldn't stop it going home.
And then we'd obviously equalised in the last minute, ran back in, found another seat, or stood on the terraces as it was then, back out again, nearly crying, and then back into the ground because we'd equalised again.
On by Rush, he's done it again. His 24th goal. Hinchcliffe. Cutty! Unbelievable!
given it away again.
They were the days I remember.
When I think back to my debut at Goodison against Tottenham, the game had started. I was on the bench. I remember sitting beside Shane Duffy, and Joe Yobo pulled up with his hamstring or his calf. David Moyes at the time turned to me and Shane and said, warm up, and I got the nod, and Tony Hibbert went into centre half and I came on right back, and I don't think I felt any real nerves that night, whatever it was, but it's just a feeling I get today as well. I picked up the ball a couple of times early on, and I felt the fans getting behind me, and then, you know, second half I really felt like I grew into the game, and I still remember, you know, getting to the byline a few times, and I set one goal up and played a part in another goal, and Tim Howard saved the penalty late on, which added to the drama of the whole game, and getting man of the match. And I got the bottle of champagne, and I think every house in Killybegs got to see it. I was that proud of it. I took it home. People were getting photos with it. My friends were getting photos with it. So that bottle of champagne is still in my mum and dad's house, and it's proudly sitting on the sitting room table for everyone to see.
It's who we are. It's what we do. It's why we're here. It's me and you. It's where we laugh. It's where we cry. It's where we shout and gasp and groan. It's where we meet, week by week. Everton, at home. Everton, at home. At home with those who care. At home with those who dare to dream. More than just a football crowd. More than just a football team. It's church and it's belonging, weekly mass, communion. It's faith and hope and love and more. It's family, friends, our union. At home, we know our places, the special points where we all meet, and all the usual faces, the click-clack of a myriad seats, that music before kick-off, the herald's expectation, the Z-Cars theme, a grand old team, excitement and anticipation. Not just what happens on the pitch, those in blue on Goodison Green, important landmarks of our lives, marked by matches we've all seen. Guardians of tradition, we pass that baton on. The heroes of the past, the heroes yet to come, those magic moments that we shared, the joy and pain we've known. It's where we meet, week by week, Everton, at home. The guiding lights on winter's nights, the grand old lady's throne. It's where we meet, week by week, Everton, at home. Born, not manufactured, never on your own. It's where we meet, week by week, Everton, at home. It's who we are, it's what we do, it's why we're here, it's me and you. It's where we pray on Saturday for future hopes unknown. Our history and legacy. Those times to come for you and me. It's where we meet, week by week. Everton, at home. Everton.